Hey, hey, welcome. Welcome, friends. I'm Mandy. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let me know that you're here. Drop a hello or hi in the comments. And also let me know if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay. This is day one of a talk about autoimmunity. And I'm going to give you some interesting stats tonight about autoimmune diseases. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about the 3 things that have to be present in order for an autoimmune disease to rear its ugly head. So I hope you'll be there for that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here tonight. I'm going to keep it brief to honor your time. So let's get on with it. Oh, and it just so happens that March is actually Autoimmune Awareness Month, which works out really well for this talk. I honestly didn't remember that whenever I was working on this today, but it worked out really well. So please tell me in the comments who or what brought you to this video or this live stream. Who or what brought you to this video or live stream? All right, let's start with defining autoimmunity. What is autoimmunity? Autoimmunity is when your immune system gets confused by it starts attacking and damaging healthy body tissue and cells instead of only attacking real foreign invaders, things like infections and viruses and such. So when your immune system goes haywire, it starts attacking other things. For example, in my situation, I have Hashimoto's, so that's when the immune system attacks the thyroid. Okay, so these are some stats that I found. I just want to check my phone here. Okay, good. These are some stats that I found on the Institute for Functional Medicine site and the Autoimmune Association site that you can check out, and I'll show you those links in just a little while. So autoimmune diseases are becoming more and more prevalent worldwide. There are more than 100 autoimmune disorders, and once you get one, it's very likely and very common to start collecting them, unfortunately. Collectively, autoimmune disorders are among the most prevalent diseases in the United States. What does that say about the US? I don't know. All right, on average, it takes 4.5 years and 4 physicians to receive a diagnosis. It might have taken longer and a lot more doctors for me to get diagnosed. I was diagnosed a couple years ago with Hashimoto's disease, and that's why I'm diving into all of this autoimmunity stuff and thyroid things and all the things to try to roll through my health journey and hopefully help people along the way. So autoimmunity is now one of the most common disease categories ahead of cancer and heart disease. And I read somewhere else where it was 3rd. So I guess it has now bumped up to ahead of cancer and heart disease. An estimation of about 78 to 80% of patients that are diagnosed are women. Okay. Autoimmune diseases are among the top 10 leading causes of death for girls and women of all age groups. That one kind of hits hard, doesn't it? All right, just to name a few of those 100 plus diseases, we've got Hashimoto's, Graves' disease, rheumatoid arthritis, type 1 diabetes, lupus, psoriasis, multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, fibromyalgia, Sjogren's, alopecia. That's just a few, right? So do any of these sound familiar to you? Are there any that you didn't know were autoimmune related? Or do you know anybody else who has one? And maybe you maybe you do know some people with the one of these that I've mentioned before, or maybe you know somebody who has a different autoimmune disease that I did not mention. But right now, I can think of about 11 people that I know personally, besides me, who have been diagnosed with one or more autoimmune diseases. And of those 11, 6 of them have been diagnosed with Hashimoto's, like I have. And actually, only one of those is a male. So how many people do you know? I'm just curious. How many people do you know with an autoimmune diagnosis? I'm really wondering what that number would be. If it'd be the same as, me, if you know at least 11 people that have that diagnosis. So we had a family friend when I was growing up who actually died from multiple sclerosis. And then I had a cousin who died from multiple sclerosis after a really long fight. So these were the prevailing examples of what autoimmunity does to people that I knew about when I learned about having Hashimoto's, right? So I freaked out a little bit, right? I thought that with autoimmune disease, the only outcome would be that my symptoms would just continually be more and more debilitating until eventually it would just kill me. And so I knew that I had to find out more. I knew I had to implement some lifestyle changes and some diet changes. I wasn't getting any education or any helpful information from my doctor. In fact, the only thing that she told me, and this was via message, like in the patient portal or whatever, was that most people do well with most people with Hashimoto's do well on a gluten-free diet. I know that it's hard, but you might try it. That's it. That's all the instruction that I received from her. And I don't think that it's that she wasn't well-meaning or wasn't trying to do her job. I just think that she just doesn't, they just don't know how to manage autoimmune diseases in the way that functional medicine does. So anyway, being the teacher, educator, lifelong learner that I am, I plunged into researching and reading anything that I could find that would help me through this. So there is no easy button to managing autoimmunity, but with the right information and the right combination of therapies and nutrition, you can navigate it. You can slow the progression, and in some cases, you can reverse it. And I didn't know that whenever I first started this health journey. Did you know that? I'm just curious. Did you know that could be a possibility, or did you have the same ideas that I had concerning autoimmunity, that it was just going to progressively get worse no matter what you tried? They would medicate you until they couldn't, and then you would die. So I'm just curious, is that what you thought? Is that what you think today? Or did you know that there were any other alternatives? So knowing that autoimmunity is so prevalent and that it is on the rise, according to those stats that I just showed you, tomorrow we're going to talk about the three main things that have to be present in order for autoimmunity to rear its ugly head. Okay. Know thine enemy, right? Knowing what things have to be in place for an autoimmune disease will give you the edge. Okay. It will give you the knowledge to see what tools you have in your disposal in order to fight it. Okay. To support your immune system instead of suppressing it, to give your body the nutrients and the fuel that it needs to heal itself. Because your body is an amazing, amazing thing. All right. Here are the websites that I referenced today in case you want to check them out. If you checked if you missed any of my talks last week, I talked about thyroid health. There are 3 of them. You can check them out on my Facebook page, Embrace Your Worth Wellness, or on my very baby brand new budding YouTube channel, Embrace Your Worth. If you're in my Vision Gig group, by the way, you can access those videos there as well. Okay, if you're wondering who I am and don't know me, my name is Mandy Sawyer. I taught middle school English and reading for 15 years. I left teaching when my health was tanking, and I was seeking answers from my doctors that didn't help much, like I said before. A year later, I received a diagnosis of Hashimoto's disease, which, like I said earlier, which is when the immune system attacks the thyroid. So that just flipped a switch for me, and I felt like crap at age 51, and I knew it wasn't going to get any better, especially with this diagnosis, if I didn't make some major lifestyle changes. So fast forward now to present day, I am helping other women prioritize their wellness and teaching them to be their own health advocates, which I absolutely love doing. And of course, there is my website where you'll find more information about my health mentoring packages. If you're looking for more support for your thyroid health or autoimmunity or being your own health advocate, or just your health goals in general, trying to figure out what in the world those are and how to make a plan to achieve them, then or if you need somebody to help you research because you don't have the time to spend researching, but you know that you need the information because information is power, then I would love to assist you if you're interested. You can check out more information at embraceyourworthwellness.com, or just message me here and get more info. I'm going to drop my scheduling link in the comments so that you could schedule a short consult call with me if you want to. And I can explain more of how I help my clients. You can ask me any questions about the packages and all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for showing up and watching. I hope you learned something new and are ready to embrace your worth and be your own health advocate. Please join me tomorrow when we talk more about autoimmunity. Have a great rest of your evening. Be good to yourself. See you tomorrow.